3. Hello! Welcome to Bad at Board Games.
Well, he's bad at board games.
I'm Brad Lake.
And I'm Toph Ferguson.
We're bad at board games, so you don't have to be. And today we're going to be doing... What are we doing?
Today we are talking about our month of June.
June. Lots of stuff happened in June.
Yes, it's a wonderful month.
I moved. You had COVID.
Yeah.
What else? We had some other amazing things. Moved Aura here.
Yeah. Moved our... well, you did. I did not. I offered to help, but...
We got over 1,000.
That was exciting. 1,000 subscribers, yeah.
That's cool.
That was wild.
We've had some pretty cool stuff. So
yeah.
Why don't we get right at it, and we'll let you know so that you can get on with your life. Oh, and stick around to the end. We are going to be telling you our top 5 games that we played individually, together, as teams, whatever, for the end, and you'll get to see what Toph's number 1 was for the month and what my number 1 was for the month. So stick around to the end. Kind of fun. The cool things that happened, we are now up to 1,112 subscribers, which is flipping cool. We are rolling in it. We've got like a whole $4 in monetization. So when you guys think of a lot of money coming in, we are doing it for the coin. The coin.
Hello, welcome to Bad at Talking.
I think I was trying to say Benjamins, and I was like, that isn't even close to a Benjamin. In 40 years, we will have a Benjamin. So
7 years.
We hit 50,000 views of the channel, so that's lifetime. So in the last 6-7 months, I can't remember. Well, no, longer than that. Since October, November last year. So we've hit 50,000 views on all our videos, which is pretty cool. It's a big number. We had 6 videos out in June. Now, Toph traveled. Toph was sick. I was moving 2 houses and then moving into a new house and closing and all those kind of things. So not too bad that we got 6 out. I'm kind of happy that we were able to. We almost got our 8 out a month. So that's pretty good. What do you think?
It's better than I thought we were going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a short period. I'm like, we're going to get 2 videos out, and then we're going to go from almost getting to 1,000 to 500.
We got a lot more out than I thought we.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. The top video of June was the top 10 games in 30 minutes. We had 3,662 views on that. Toph's, top 10 solo games. That was actually the month prior, which is, crushing it. He still had over 3,000 views this month, but you're up 13,000 views on that video.
A little over 12,000. Yeah.
Almost. Like that. Yeah. So everybody likes the solo gaming. So that's really cool to see. And we're going to try to continue to bring some of that to the channel for you guys. I failed. So I failed in the month of June. So we'll get to that later. So how was your June?
Well, my June was spent largely on a couch, passed out pretty much, thanks to COVID. Month has been good. It is always busy kind of this time of year. I work in higher ed and do a lot of administrative work. And so that means professional development is the summer. And so for me, I headed out to Denver. We had the largest conference in our professional organization in international education. So I was in Denver this year, went out for a week. It was busy, but I did get a chance to check out a couple gaming stores, which was pretty cool. Spent quite a bit of time one afternoon in the Wizard's Chest. So that was awesome. So you guys got some pretty cool gaming stores out there in Denver. We've got a few here, but they're a little bit smaller scale than kind of what at least Wizard's Chest had. So that was pretty awesome to look around for some games and some unique things that we don't have in our stores here in town. And then I came back and I was sick for a couple weeks. So that kind of killed the rest of the month for me. I did start playing some solo games again. In the beginning, I wasn't able to do a whole lot, but I was able to start playing some when I had a little bit more energy. Dove into Warp's Edge, so thanks to you guys for some of your comments and recommendations. I went ahead and picked up Warp's Edge and Tiny Epic Dungeons and started playing through both of those solo at home. So that was a lot of fun. And then I did get some games in with the gaming group. So I did finally... I was able to rejoin society. Yeah, in the last couple of weeks, we've had some pretty fun and epic games. So that was exciting as well.
So what was your top 5? What were your 5 games that you played last month that you really...
Yeah. Well, since most of my gaming of this last month was solo, I would say the 2 that I would add into that were the main 2 that I had been playing. New games to me. Tiny Epic Dungeons was
That's
one of
your
them.
number 5.
So that'd be my number 5. It's a good game, but there's a lot of icons in that game. A lot of icons. And so I can't say I've enjoyed it quite as much as I think I will once I get to know them. I found that the more that I start to see the same icons coming up, I don't have to go back and figure out what that icon means I'm enjoying it a lot more. So the first playthrough, I was about done with it just because of the amount of icons. And I don't mind icons in a game, but that is, to fit it in a box that's this big and it had miniatures with it, it's going to have iconography in it. So that was one. I have not won it yet. Those of you who know Tiny Epic Dungeons know that you're probably never going to win that game. So that was humbling in the beginning. And then Warp's Edge. I dug into Warp's Edge. That's my number 4 game. I'm kind of on the fence with Warp's Edge. I've won some, I've lost some. I'm starting to see why it is such a good game. I feel like there's not a lot of variety in the box, though. I feel like I'm playing the same characters over and over and over again. But it has been fun. I don't know where yet I'm ready to rank it compared to, some of the other like Under Falling Skies that was on my video. But it is a good collection, or a good game to add into my collection. I think you will like it.
Oh, yeah.
You might actually like it a little bit more than Under Falling Skies. There's a little bit more battling in it than in Under Falling Skies, but it's still a puzzle, still trying to figure out what it is, and it's just frustrating every time you have to take that warp to reset and start over again, which in the beginning I didn't think I'd liked, and then all of a sudden I was like, man, it just frustrates the you-know-what out of me every time, and I got to play better the next time, which means I enjoy it and I like it, so I see why they're such good with that. So That is 5, that is 4, and then number 3 is a new game to me, and that is Furnace.
And that just came out like Gen Con last year, so it's not even a year old.
Yeah, it's not very old. I've seen some hit or miss reviews online, and so I was kind of like, do we get it? Do we not get it? I am very much a Euro gamer. I didn't know how much you would enjoy it based on kind of the gameplay, but was able to pick that up finally, which is good, and play it. We played it.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's a solid game, and I've introduced it to a couple people as well this month that's not in our gaming group, and we've had a lot of fun playing it. So that's one that I am glad as a lower weight Euro, at least I would call it a lower weight Euro.
Yeah, it doesn't take a long time to play.
Yeah, that's the other good benefit. Yeah,
so I would. Yeah,
it's one I would put on a 30-minute.
Yeah, you're going to want to play that game because of the mechanic. If you don't like the mechanic, you're probably not going to like the game. It's not, there's a theme, and it's, it's typical Euro, and it's basically
it's
dialed
building
down to
an
a very
engine.
small amount, right?
Yeah,
Very compact game.
It's limited, which is one thing that is nice about games sometimes is that it's not an unending game until you hit some win condition. You've got 4 rounds, and that's it. So that is nice, and so it forces you into trying to build an engine as quickly as possible in the typical Euro fashion. Get this to turn into that, to turn into this, to give you eventually victory points. And it just does it well. It's clean. It is very clean.
Who won?
Which of the games? Depends on which game we're talking about. So,
this is the first one that.
I've won some games of Furnace.
Who won and who won in our game?
Who won my new game? Not me. Brad won. It was a humbling loss, but it was a good game. I enjoyed it. You did win. I tried to repress that out of my mind, but thanks for bringing it up in the middle of all of our friends.
I will not let him forget when I win.
Actually, you won all the games that we played that day.
Yes.
Yes, I did. You did. He's not always bad at board games, or I'm very bad at board games. One of the two. So that's number 3, and then 2 more. Robo Rally, a game that you've seen. It's on my top 40 list. A programming game. A lot of fun in itself. It's a fun game, but with the right people, it makes it even more fun. We had a gaming group, and we split into 2 different games. Brad was with the other game, and I think they kept coming over to see what it was that we were laughing and yelling about because we were having such a good time playing Robo Rally in a different room. So that is a great game. That experience alone bumped it up on the top of my list. And then the number 1 game this month for me was Rise of Fenris Scythe. I'm playing through that campaign with one of my good friends, Sierra, and it's fantastic. Like, when you talk about an expansion, I love expansions. We talk about an expansion that does something to a game. Rise of Fenris is so much better. Like, it is what Scythe is. Like, it's what it should be in the base game, and the base game was fantastic without it. And so it's one of the best gaming experiences it's story building. It brings Scythe alive. So that's been fun too. Right? It is a campaign. Yeah. It's an 8-episode campaign. It's so good. Oh my goodness! If you have not played Rise of Fenris yet, jump into that. I've been painting Scythe, so it's been even more fun to see all of the miniatures painted and done and ready to go and playing the game with that.
Yeah, they look really nice too. It definitely makes a difference with the game.
Yeah. So that's been my month. Those are my top 5 games.
Very cool. So my failure of June. So my whole I've been trying to play one game a day, so I failed. Now, granted, I was moving, all these other kinds of things,
excuses.
He wasn't around to play the filler games and the Saturday weekend games, so I got 26 games out of 30, so I was so close, and I just couldn't get it in last week because like moving, I was dead. I was so dead. But I will do better this month, and I'll catch up. I'm still going to get 365 games for the year you watch.
I need to add up how many games I've played. PG Stats will give that to me.
Yeah. So. Absolutely. So the game I played the most, and I had just picked it up, and really I was trying to find something to play solo that could just be a kind of a one and done, not a campaign, not a super long time to set up.
Gloomhaven.
Yeah. I picked up Marvel Champions. I've been kind of reluctant. So, like when things get real popular, I get very like, I want to, get onto the hype train and stuff. But I picked it up and it says 11, but I think I got about 13 games in last month just of Marvel Champions, which is a lot for me. I don't hit 10 games a month, rarely. And that one I've enjoyed it. I did get the foam insert. It made it a lot easier to bring out. And so and I'm not making my own list. I'm basically for decks. I'm just taking the stock characters. And so that's I guess I'm just sharing that. It's not even, I'll let you know where it is in my top 5, but I'm just like, I enjoyed it. I see the hype. I still think Arkham Horror is a better game. Arkham Horror is just harder to play to table. It really is. In comparison, it's harder to table. So, having everything ready to go and then just pull it out was pretty cool. My top 5 was a game that number 5 was a game that Toph got in Colorado called Redlands. I really enjoyed this. And it's been something I've been wanting to get, and I just haven't seen it in any of our game areas, and I haven't really been like compelled to, I need to go get it off Amazon to go get it. But he brought it down, and it's right up my alley with the artwork and the gameplay. You're attacking back and forth to win. It really has a lot of things in a game I like, and it's kind of in that filler game, and my 30-minute games or less. That's like, I enjoy those kind of games. I really do. So,
and who won that game?
Me.
I failed. Y'all, I failed this month.
If you go back and look at our other video where we said we were going to play it right after that, and he said he was going to.
Yeah, I did. I thought I would.
Kind of trounced
you. You did. I lost pretty bad. Yeah.
So that was my number 5. I enjoyed that. We're going to play it again today. So
Redemption. It's my time.
There you go. My second one, I haven't had a bad game of this yet. It was Cosmic Encounter. Old game. Toph wasn't able to make it to that one. I think we played 5 players with that. It's just fun. To me, it's a party game for gamers, and I like playing that game. So that was my number 4 for the month. If you haven't played Cosmic Encounter, I do recommend it. It's always going to be better at the higher player count versus I can't imagine. It would be fun at 2 or 3 maybe, but you really want to have, it's that 5 or 6 player count. That's really where you want to play the game. Pandemic Legacy, where Toph almost gave me a pandemic. So we played Pandemic Legacy while Toph had a pandemic.
So let's talk about that. I come back from the airport,
this is my number
and
3.
I'm perfectly fine. Like, no big deal coming home. He picks me up at the airport. We come back, and we end up playing Pandemic Legacy.
Yeah, we had dinner.
We had dinner, played a game, and then I got home, and yeah, it hit. I mean, it was just like, there it is. And I thought it was just exhaustion in the very beginning. It was like, oh, I'm tired. I've been traveling. No. We played Pandemic in a pandemic. Well, I had a pandemic. It was good times.
But that was a good game. That game kicked the crap out of us because of one of the conditions that came up. We're in what? Are we in November, October?
We
September?
just left September. I think we're in October now.
Okay. Yeah. So we lost, right?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going into October with a lose because the game.
Oh, it was terrible. Sorry, I just remember what happened.
Yeah. I mean, like, the game basically went, oh, you think you're doing well, so we're going to make sure you're not. So can't tell you what happened because if you ever have a chance to play, we don't want to spoil things for you.
Terrible.
But
it was downright terrible.
Yeah, it's a mean twist of it.
Although now thinking back at the fact that I had COVID and didn't know it, it was a perfect thematic entry into the game. I mean, it worked out perfect for what happened. But
there you go.
I forgot about that. We got to play again.
Yeah. Well, that's why I had to bring it back over.
Y'all, that game, it's fantastic.
Pandemic Legacy is a good game. Even if you don't like Pandemic, which I didn't, I like Pandemic.
Yeah. I love Pandemic, and it's so much better. Yeah.
Don't judge one by the other. Legacy really amps it up quite a bit. My number 2 of the month, and I thought this was going to be my number 1. There's nothing else, is Marvel Champions. I played it so often, like there's nothing going to beat this for the month, and I bought like Captain America, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, and I was trying to, get my soon-to-be stepkids, some characters that they would kind of like and involved in it, but no, it ended up number 2. So my number 1, do you know what my number 1 of the month was? You played it.
Well, I played a handful of games with you. Are you going to play Furnace? Are you going to yell Furnace? Because you won that one? Okay. I didn't think you would. But what did we play?
Go ahead.
We didn't play many games this month. What did we play?
Nemesis.
Oh, yes.
Nemesis.
Yeah.
We played Nemesis. Toph hadn't gotten a chance to play it yet because you couldn't make it to the game where we played it, and then our game group had been wanting to bring it back, and so last time we played it co-op. This time we did not, although it was very friendly, not co-op version. But we all lost.
We did.
The ship blew up. We went from like 2 fires to 9 in one round. Like after we'd been playing 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. we're all completing our quests and things like that, and then we got pulled the fire card, and it hit. Where the fires were located, there were like 5 rooms around each one of them. So then not 5, but we ended up using all the fire. And as soon as you get to all that, the whole thing just blew up in our face. But it was still fun. I mean, it's a fun game.
Yeah.
We had one. Alex kept waiting for somebody to go into the airlock so that he could launch somebody out. That's all he wanted to do. He was just like, he didn't care if it's an alien. He didn't care if it's a person. He's like, I'm going to launch somebody out of that airlock one of these games.
He did too.
He wants to be Sigourney Weaver and aliens and suck the alien out, and he doesn't care if it's a human.
I kept dealing with the egg, or not the eggs. I guess they were the eggs.
Mm-hmm.
That was not. I don't think that was my objective. I had 2 objectives, and both of them were actually really good objectives. One of them was get off of the ship with somebody else. It was the best friend objective, and I threw that one away to do something with the egg. So it was fun. I forgot that was last month. I was thinking that was this month.
That was just like this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was good. That was good. We even played it with 6 people, and it's only a 5-player game, so it didn't play any different. So those, if you do have one too many people, it didn't. I don't think it slowed the game down any. Maybe a little bit, but
I don't know what to compare it off of. Yeah. I don't feel like it went slow at all. The one thing would be that I played the 6th player. I was never going to be the target of somebody's objective that says, make sure this person's dead or something like that. I know Brad wanted to kill me, but he didn't get the chance because I was player 6.
I actually chose a nice objective.
Uh-huh. Me too.
I did.
Me too. I threw away the best friend card, but
Anyway, for those of you who have not played Nemesis, Tabletop Simulator has it for free, and I played it on that before I went out and spent the money on it. So it's $150. It might even be more now with everything that's been going on. But don't buy it until you've played it for free at least, And it's an easy one. And that tabletop simulator, if you don't have it, it's only like $15. So it's
Yeah,
much easier place to start.
I can see it. I can see it being worth the money. Like it's
And
not
I've painted
normally
the
the
minis
game.
and everything. Yeah.
I didn't think it would be a game that I would really enjoy, so I kind of went into it with low expectations, and that always is going to be a nice thing. But it was such a good experience. Now I don't know if it would be one I'd want to play with just a couple people,
No.
but having the group of us and all of us laughing and joking and figuring out plans and then blaming each other for who's going to kill who, and can we trust this person or not? Those things.
Oh yeah, we weren't trusting any of us.
No, nobody trusts anybody. It was a good gaming group experience, and so yeah, I can.
Although I did play it with two. That was the first time I played it with Hayden. I had a blast. Like, people say, is it a gamer's an experience? Why would you care, right? If the gaming group you're with is going to make the games that you play. So, it's if you have a bunch of people that aren't into it, you probably won't enjoy it. But if you have a bunch of people like to cut up and like, I don't trust you, I think you're lying. You're gonna have a good time with it.
We spent a lot of time with those kind of comments. So, yeah.
Anyway, so what do we tell them to do? We're over 1,100 people. Can you help us get a little higher?
Yeah, definitely share the videos if you find it interesting. Comment down below and let us know, have you played these games? What do you think of Nemesis? Have you done Rise of Fenris? Is that something that you enjoy? Let us know.
He loved it so much. He's over here talking to me and my son, like, we have to play it. Like, he's going to play it. Then he wants us to play it with him. Like, that's how like, it's gotten his hook in
it's
deep.
So good.
I mean, so much.
Yeah, I started it solo for the first time that I started the Rise of Fenris campaign, and then Sierra and so that was the first experience doing it with somebody else. It is, I think, better. The experience itself is better when you're doing that with somebody else. Size the Autonoma is great, but the interaction and the unlocking of things as you go through the game just works better with multiple people. So I'm excited to play it with you guys. We got a 4-person game. I think that'll be a really good experience.
Be really cool. So. That'll be really cool. So sorry I was interrupting, but yeah, comment, like, share, help us out. We really do appreciate it. It's been fun. We're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah. Look for some solo video stuff.
There you go. Yeah. We're gonna get her done. Have a great day.
Bye.
Hey, I have one thing.
Yeah.
We need a tagline to leave, like, at the end. Does anybody have any suggestions?
Does bye not work?
I hate Toph. How's that? Does that work? Have a great night.
Bye.